Parenting, eh? What the hell has happened to parenting in the last couple of decades? There's another little cranky rant! Another little cranky rant! Another little cranky rant! I'll just give you an example of what is good parenting and why, okay? You're not supposed to be your children's best friend, or at least not above everything else. You can be, it's possible, but you're the parent. You're in charge, you're the example, and the last word is yours, okay? There's none of this, the kid keeps crying till you give it what it wants. That's just pathetic. Now, I'm just going to give you an example of good parenting, shown to me by my late father. He taught me stuff, very important stuff, and one of the best lessons he taught me was responsibility. I think I was about 14 or 15, and he turned up on a Friday to take me off to my favourite place, a place called Rathlin Island. It's a little island I used to love going to. I had friends on there. I ended up working on there, on the boats and in the bar, and it was just a joy to go there, especially getting out of Belfast where I lived at the time, which was just a violent, horrible dump. But anyway, so off we went to Rathlin Island, got there on the last ferry on the Friday night. I was in the pub with my mate, whose dad was the publican, playing darts, and I lobbed the dart towards the dartboard, just being silly, and the dart took out the strip light above the dartboard, and I was a bit horrified, and I apologised and everything, but my dad said an apology isn't enough. There's a darts match on in the pub the next night. I need to replace the light bulb. And I said, well, how am I supposed to do that? You know, it's a remote island. He said, how you'll do that is you'll get the boat in the morning, which is about, I don't know, early, over to the mainland. You will find where to buy a light bulb in the nearest town, on foot, and then you will bring that light bulb back on the afternoon boat, which was about 4:30. And, you know, I tried complaining. That was going to be the whole best day of my weekend used up replacing that light bulb. Now, my father didn't raise his voice, didn't get angry, and he didn't cave in to me. He just said, you've done it, you have to fix it. And not only that, you pay for the replacement strip light, and you'll pay for the ferry. So, you know, like the pocket money I had, that was going to be gone too. So there went my weekend on my favourite place in the whole world. It still is one of my favourite places. I rather begrudgingly marched myself down to the boat in the morning, up the 45-minute rough crossing in a 30-foot half deck across one of the worst bits of water on the coast of Britain. I waited for the shops to open, located a replacement strip light, bought it, then had to sit there for, must have been 7 hours. I had this long strip light in a cardboard box, you know that type of thing, and I had to sit there with it and not break it. I had to buy myself some lunch, of course. So yeah, pocket money totally gone. Weekend away, totally ruined. But who ruined it? Was it my dad or was it me? I had enough time in 7 hours sitting there thinking about what I'd done, what he did and why he did it, to fully understand the absolute value of what he had just taught me. When I got back to the pub, I had handed the publican the replacement strip light. I was proud that I'd done the right thing. Okay, now this obviously wasn't the only example where I was taught, you know, how to be a good person by my parents. There were many. This is one that was, it really stuck in my head as a great example to tell people about. So if you're a parent now, you're in charge, okay? If your kid does something and they're responsible for something that needs fixed, they need to fix it, okay? They need to fix it or have a part in fixing it. If they're too young, you know, you need to teach children responsibility and respect. This is not being done, and we're just heading down, well, we're halfway down a slippery slope into just chaos, massive crime waves, and kids whose lives are destroyed because their parents couldn't be bothered being parents. Yep, another little cranky run!